Hello everyone. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, right? I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure today is Tuesday. Let's just make sure that you guys can see me. And I think I can see comments. Yay! Today we're going to be working with our new heart transfer, and it's called Heart Patterns. And we're going to be using, hey Marie, we're going to be using our heart cutouts. These are new this year. And we're going to do a couple of different things. So I'm just cutting the plastic because I'm actually going to use this plastic. Hey Sue. Hey Anita. Welcome. So I'm cutting out the plastic in the shape that the heart is. Now I did this last year with our egg cutouts. And I love how it turned out, so I'm going to do it again. So I just want to cut all this plastic, and then I'm going to keep this piece of plastic. This one we can throw out. I really need to get a garbage can. All right, so let's do this one. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So we're going to paint the edges of our hearts. This is the part that's going to take the longest, cutting out the plastic. It's so tedious. I know I shouldn't be using my transfer trimmers for this, but they were right here. Okay, so we've got the two pieces of plastic cut out. Get rid of that so I don't confuse things. Let's put this aside. And I'm going to paint on the edges here. I'm going to do them pink. So we'll get some peony here, and I'm going to water it down. This is really thick. This one needs a little bit of TLC. I'm going to put that over there. So I'm just going to add some water and get it quite fluid, I guess, because I'm going to be painting. Hey Patricia, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So in my mind, this is going to look super cute. Like I said, I've done it with the egg cutouts before and loved them. So hopefully it works out as planned. It's always a good day when it does. Hey Serena, how are you doing? Is it going good? Hey Janice, I am having a great day. I had a hard time starting the fireplace down here. We've got a wood stove. And it actually took me 3 hours to get the fire going. Hey, Pam. Oh, did you? How did they turn out? Don't you just love them? Hey, Stella. Welcome. So we are just painting the edges of our wood heart cutouts. So one side is going to be chalked, and the other side we're going to be doing this really cool fabric finish. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. You actually have me inspired, Serena. I think I might be taking the plunge. You have inspired me. Oh, that's awesome, Pam. It's such a fun craft to do either by yourself or with friends or even with kids. So many different ideas. And I love that you can just make them your own. Whatever your style is. So we're just about finished painting. And I just used watered down chalk paste to paint the edge. Super, super easy. So we're going to let that dry. I'm actually going to put this back into my jar because I do need to water it down anyway. That way I'm not wasting any chalk paste. There we go. We'll clean that up after. I'm just going to spray some water in here. Probably going to take a good amount because it was really dry. All right, so these are drying and it won't take very long to dry at all. So what I'm going to do is I've got my little Cricut Easy Press beside me. And I just set it to 340 degrees. I have a sip of my coffee. So while that's heating up, oh, that's awesome, Pam. That's awesome. I love crafting with friends. Love crafting with friends. I think I got everybody here. Okay, so the next step that we're going to take is we're going to grab this plastic that the bags were wrapped in, and we're going to place it down and just put it right down on top of the heart. Then we're going to take some fabric. And this one, it kind of reminds me of a love note. There's a script writing on it. So I thought that would be perfect. And I'm going to put it on an angle here because this heart will actually sit on its side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a craft sheet. If you don't have a craft sheet, just use parchment paper. I'm going to put that over top, making sure that I've got everything covered on here. And now we're going to iron this. I know you're probably thinking she's crazy. What is she doing? I'm going to put this down on top. I'm going to set my timer for 30 seconds. I'll probably need to do it twice. But what happens is the plastic melts and it becomes almost like a glue, and the fabric adheres to it. It's so cool. So I'm just moving this around a bit. And then we'll take a look. I think we need to go one more time. So place this back down again. And another 30 seconds. Hey Priscilla, welcome. We are making some hearts today. So right now I'm just ironing on, and I'm going to show this step again because we have another heart to do. So I'm just moving the iron around. There we go. Take that off. And I'm just going to move this to the side to cool. And we'll grab our second heart. So it has a piece of the plastic that the hearts come in, cut to size. And I'm going to grab my fabric. And I think I want to do it this way. That way the hearts are going to be leaning towards each other. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to cover it again. Like I said, if you don't have a craft mat, just use parchment paper. And if you were using an iron, I would probably iron it on a high setting for maybe a minute and a half. Hey, Tina. Oh, awesome, Marie. You're going to love it, especially for making your t-shirts. T-shirts, pillowcases, this thing is great. I have a big one that I'm going to be setting up in the corner, but for just quick craft projects, this one is really good. Or if I need to go out somewhere and I need the iron if we're doing some ink, then this is perfect. Perfect. So we're just about ready, and then we're going to cut the excess, and then we're going to sand it to kind of give it a rough look on the edges. They're going to be super cute. And then I have to decide if we're going to chalk on top of the fabric. Still not sure about that yet. Okay, so we're done with that. I'm going to turn it off. Move that out of the way. Now I'm going to grab this one because it's just about cooled. And I'm going to cut along the edge just to get that excess fabric off. So all the way around. And if you don't get it really close, that's okay, because you're going to use a piece of sandpaper and take off the excess with that. So I'm just cutting off that little bit of excess there. Go all the way around. That can go in the garbage. Now, I have a sanding block here. Oh, that was still a little bit wet. Oh, wow. And I'm just going to sand the edges, and it's actually going to fray the fabric a little bit, but it just adds to it. Just love that look. And then if you wanted to, you could take an ink pad and just go around the edges. I might actually do that just to stress it a little bit. Now, if there's any extra plastic, this will also take that off, so you don't have to worry. Just go all the way around. This is messy. Just warning you. You're gonna have stuff everywhere. And I probably could have waited to paint the edges until I was done this part, because now I'm sanding off the edge. That's okay. Just get that last little bit there. So there we have, and this fabric is stuck on here now. Let's just clean this up. kind of want to put it on the floor, but I don't, because then I'm just creating more of a mess for myself. So now we'll cut this one. It does actually go quite quick. Once you get everything on here, I think prepping the plastic is what took the longest out of this whole project. All right, so now we're going to sand this one. Oh, I think I got lint on my nose. So just along the edge, just kind of rough it up a little bit. There we go. And it's nice using a block like this because then you can get into the corners with it. Get all that off. And I think I might use the rose gold that we used yesterday on the book stack. I might just do that on the edges. I think that'll look really good. There, so now we have those two done. Let's just clean this off. Here we go. All right, so we've got this rose gold. Hey, Lorna. Welcome. I know, I absolutely love that book stack. And it's funny, you couldn't really see what it looked like when I was doing it live, but once I got the picture of it, holy smokes. Love it. Okay, so here I'm just going along the edges, and it reminds me of a really old book. You know how the edges are a little bit darker? I'll get you a close-up. Kind of weathered. So this one is what it looked like, and then with the little bit of distressing on the edges, I just love that. So we're definitely doing both. Get that. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy, the ink. Whatever color you want to use, stamping pad, and then just pick up one of these, I don't even know what they're called, sponges. This one's a little bit bigger than a finger sponge. All the way. And then if you want to add a little bit more in spots, after you got it done, you can kind of see how it's going to look. So there is our one side of the two hearts. And now we're going to do the other side, and we're going to chalk that. So you'll have reversible hearts. Now with the transfer, there's also two different transfers for each size of the heart. So if you just wanted to chalk it, you could totally do that. I had a little bit of plastic there that didn't come off. All right. I love those. So now we're going to grab our transfer. And so this is the heart patterns, is what the transfer is called. And we're just going to cut this. And then I think what I'm going to do, because now I'll have two 8.5 by 11 pieces, I'm going to score here along the side. That way I can keep it on a full size backer sheet. So we'll just score the edge here. And I take a little bit of the transfer off. So I kind of go about 1/16 of an inch on each side of my cut line. And then I know it's going to be easier to place it back onto the backer sheet. Let's put that one aside. Again, just on either side of the cut line. And then pull that up. There we go. Oh, I really got fuzz on my face. Holy smokes. Okay. Now, these are the two patterns for the large heart, so you could do one on either side. I think for mine, I'm going to do these two for the other side here. So we'll just put that one aside. And my paste colors, I'm going to mix. I'm going to use peony and then a little bit of the shimmer white, just to give it a bit of sparkle. So we'll grab some of the peony. Now this is like super, super thick, but when you add your distilled water to it and just give it a mix, you can actually bring it back to life. So you don't have to throw it out when it gets hard. But it's always a good idea to check your pastes, you know, a couple times a month and add a little bit of distilled water to them. Pam, I'm not sure what they are. They are the Cutouts house or heart cutouts. I don't know if they're MDF. They got a bit of a wood grain to them. So I'm thinking that it's probably not MDF. Unless it's layered with a wood, like a veneer on top. I don't know. I'm not sure. So just a little bit of work and you can bring it right back to life. So it's getting nice and creamy now. Hey, Carol. Hey, Lainey. Welcome. Glad you could join us today. So you see how it's coming back to life now? You want it to be a creamy yogurt sour cream consistency. Oh, I would love to get one of those. That's actually my goal for this year, to get a laser cutter for wood. Because I like to cut out my wood, but I hate the mess. That would just make it so much easier. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of the Shimmer Frost. Get in there. And let's mix this up and see what color we get. I might even put a little bit of the rose gold on the edges of this side as well. Okay, so it's just a little bit lighter in the pink. You can definitely see some of the shimmer in that. So I think that's going to look pretty. And I got a nice consistency here now. I have a piece of fabric stuck in there. All right, so let's get our fuzzing towel. And we'll start with the little one. I'm just going to fuzz the transfer. And fuzzing just puts a little bit of lint on the back so that it doesn't stick really, really well, because they are super sticky sometimes. And I'm going to line this up. And then press it down. There we go, that's going to stick nicely. And then I'm going to grab my small squeegee, place that down, and then just squeegee across the silkscreen area. Make sure everything is covered, and you can see through the silkscreen, so you know if you've missed a spot. And then when you're finished covering everything, you just want to take all the excess off because it can be used again. Now, if I was taking it right from the jar, I would just put that right back into the jar. And I missed a little spot right there. We're going to peel this up. See, it's super sticky. I'm going to try and hold on to the side here. Oh, that's pretty. And you could paint underneath and then put this on so that you've got a different contrasting colors. But I really like the white for the background of this one. We're going to do the same thing again with the large heart. And I'm just going to use the same color again. So we're going to fuzz the transfer. The only time I would not fuzz the transfer is if I was using it on fabric, because then you want it to be super sticky. Let's move this one and then line this up. I think that is good. And then press down. And when you're pressing down, you can feel if you've got any air bubbles in here, because you don't want any of those. If you have air bubbles, you run the risk of it bleeding underneath, and then you wouldn't be happy. So I'm just going to move that. Grab some chalk paste, and I'll probably need most of that. And then again, just go all across the silkscreen area. This shimmer in here is so pretty. I think I'm just going to have enough. Like, there's not going to be much left over. I'm glad I had enough because, you know, when you go to mix a color again, sometimes you get a different shade. So that actually worked out really well. Very, very shimmery. Okay, and then we're going to peel. Peel it back. Oh, that's so pretty. And let's just get this out of the way. That is so pretty. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer in it. I love it. All right, so now let's just hit it with the dryer so that I can put a little bit of distressing on the edges. So I want to get this dry. Love it. So these are going to go in the tiered tray. Yes, so pretty. Now I have to decide if I want to put something on the other side. And my thought was, where is it? This is my thought. I was thinking on here to do the XOXO, and then on this one to do love. What do you guys think? Should I leave them as is or add some words to the other side? I'm going to get you guys to help me decide. What do you guys think? Should we add some words to this side or just leave them the way it is? Hey, Judy. Yeah? Okay. And I was thinking of red, but maybe I should do a lighter, maybe candy apple with a bit of the sparkle in it. I think that would look pretty. We're not going to need a lot. We'll close that up. And we'll add a bit of shimmer. Whoa! I have shimmer paste everywhere. Get the lid back on. And let's mix this up. Just a touch of water. So it is still red, but just not a really vibrant red, and then it's going to have a little bit of that shimmer in it. It's very pretty. Okay, so we're going to do, let's see if we can do these together. No, so we're going to do love here. Kind of right there, I think. No, maybe a little bit. There, that looks like it's centered. So we'll grab some chalk paste, and I only want to do this word, so I'm gonna go a little bit slower, just so I don't get it into the other word. Here we go. And now we're gonna move this over. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And I think we can fit the XO on here. It just fits. Although, if it's sitting on its side, I think I'm gonna do that one straight. And because we're not washing this, I'm just doing it in chalk paste. You don't have to use ink on fabric if it's not going to be something that you're wearing or washing. Make sure you get the excess. And we'll pull that up. How adorable. Those look good. I love them. So cute. Yeah, I love candy apple. So cute. And then if you turn them around, you've got the other side chalked. Or if you wanted to, you could have one matching the other one. Super cute. And I do think I'm going to dry this, and I think I'm going to distress the other side just a little bit. So let's just hit this with the dryer. And then we'll put some rose gold on the other side. And the red does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's not too much. We'll get this out again. Thank you, thank you. I love how it turned out. Love it when a plan comes together. I'm going to go just a little bit light-handed on here. I want it to be subtle, but I also want it to be noticeable. So it's not so bright white. Do you know what I mean? A little bit more. It just softens the edges a bit. There. Tomorrow, I think we're going to need to do a bead garland to go on the tiered tray, because I don't have one to put on there. So we'll just have to make one. Aren't they so cute? So everything I used today, other than the fabric, is available in the store online. I love how they turned out. They're so cute. Love it. And I actually don't mind the spots that are a little bit more distressed. What I can actually do is just rub this along the edge and really make it look like it's an old piece. There we go. It's a vintage find now, right? And it doesn't matter which way you have it. It's going to go together. I think they look great. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, you'll have to watch the replay, Carol. This is fabric on this side here. Super, super fun way to change up your cutouts. And I think when I made them last year, I think I did it on a bunny as well. And I cut that out of MDF and it still worked using the exact same method. So you could do it on MDF, on any wood. As long as the wood didn't have too many grains in it, I think this method of applying the fabric would work. Now, if you wanted to, you could put Mod Podge on top of this to kind of protect it a bit. But you don't have to. I've still got some plastic here I didn't quite get off. So we'll just trim that. There we go. All right, I will be back tomorrow and we will do some more for the tiered tray. I'm thinking I need to do some cutouts. I don't know. It'll come to me tonight when I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'll decide what we're doing tomorrow. All right, have an awesome night and be safe. Bye for now.